This is today's horoscope prediction for Virgo. You are of this sign if you were born between August 23 and September 22. This horoscope is general for those born under this sign and does not include the variables that are decisive for it to be a personalized horoscope. Aspects such as ascendant, time, place, and exact day of birth. Those of you born under the sign of Virgo will probably find yourself in one of those moments when you are indecisive and don't know where to go. On the one hand, you have what your mind tells you, but on the other hand, what you really want to do. Think that life is 2 days and you cannot lose one in deciding. If you are so blocked that you can't decide which of the two people would be more appropriate to maintain a relationship, the best thing you can do is separate yourself for a few days and reflect alone to really see which one you miss the most. Sometimes a little distance makes us see things more clearly and helps us make a decision. As for work and money, I tell you that these days are going to follow the usual trend, but this is something that is going to change for the better as indicated by the prediction of your Virgo horoscope for the near future. Virgo woman horoscope. Women of the Virgo sign are quite affectionate and love detailed men who do not hesitate to express their love. But at the same time you are very complicated because you don't like cloying men or those who give you ears. Without a doubt, conquering a Virgo woman is quite complicated for anyone. Your heart is currently somewhat divided, and that is something that only you can clarify. It would not be bad if you listen to what your family or closest friends think, but you always have the last word. The natives of your sign are very changeable people. They have a duality of character that is quite difficult for other people to understand. This is why your relationships often fail. If you don't want to scare away someone who is interested in you, try not to be so changeable, or he will end up thinking that you are not interested in him. In love, today's horoscope tells you that it is a time of waiting, of calm, and that moments of greater activity will come soon. Virgo horoscope man. The Virgo man usually has quite clear ideas, but today you may feel quite confused when it comes to love issues. It is possible that you have to decide between two people, one whom you have known for some time and another who has recently burst into your lives. I advise you to distance yourself as much as possible from them and search within yourself for the answer you seek. Only you can know which of these women is the one that could fit you the most and be compatible enough to start a relationship. If you have a partner, love needs allies because it has powerful enemies, time, routine, disagreements. It is not a good idea to be hostile to your partner's family because some of the most valuable allies are found there of your relationship. You don't need to apologize for your behavior, but you do need to change. If you do not have a partner, today you must face a relationship from the past. It is necessary that you make things clear and that the door that your ex-partner believes is open is closed forever. It is not always a good idea to return to the landscapes where we were happy because we can get lost in the illusions caused by nostalgia. The lack of chemistry between people who work together can be a big problem. It is being within your team. It is necessary to recognize that there are things that cannot be corrected, no matter how much goodwill is put into them. It is necessary to change some parts of that great machinery in your care. Don't repeat old patterns if you don't want old problems to surface. It is time to change and to really do it because otherwise you will trip over the same stone. What aspects of yourself should you modify then? You are very aware of them, and they all have to do with your lifestyle. Love needs allies because it has powerful enemies, time, routine, misunderstandings. It is not a good idea to be hostile to your partner's family because they contain some of the most valuable allies in your relationship. You don't need to apologize for your behavior, but you do need to change. The lack of chemistry between people who work together can be a big problem. It is being within your team. It is necessary to recognize that there are things that cannot be amended by the best will that is put into them. It is necessary to change some parts of that great machinery in your care. Don't repeat old patterns if you don't want old problems to surface. It is time to change and to really do it because otherwise you will trip over the same stone. What aspects of yourself should you modify then? You are very aware of them, and they all have to do with your lifestyle. When we don't say what we really mean, most of the time it's because we're not sure whether or not we mean what we think we mean, or whether or not we should say it if we think so. Gross. And since few of us are open enough to share our doubts, we often let others guess or misunderstand what we really think. We do not want to weaken our authority by revealing that we are vulnerable. If you have doubts about the feelings of a certain person, as Venus is linked to Pluto, it is the perfect time to gently encourage them to express their true feelings. Virgo, soon you will have to make an important purchase, do not go overboard with expenses. There may be some conflict in your work, try to stay out of it. You will be very popular in environments other than those you normally frequent. In love, you will have a very easy time establishing new relationships. During these days you will feel more dynamic and vital, you will be able to do everything. In your health, the excess of responsibilities is exhausting you. To feel better, delegate to someone. Tip of the day, you need to be patient with that person who wants to teach you. Lucky numbers for today: 10, 14, 25, 28, 30, 35. Tips for tomorrow. All the signs of the horoscope are divided into 3 decans according to the date of birth, and this is the specific Virgo horoscope prediction and advice for each of them. First decan, September 23 and 31. Calm and reason will benefit you, but you have to be alert and love to news or events that can mark the days to come. Second decan, September 1st to 11th. The horoscope tells you that thinking things through and acting with your head will give you results. Third decan, September 12 and 22. Virgo today must be especially careful not to make hasty decisions as a result of his impatience.